I spent 35 hours in Visions of Mana, and I'm ready to talk about my experience. Hi, I'm Cute Spooky, and this is what I look like today. If you want to completely avoid story spoilers, skip to the next section of the video. I'll mostly be critiquing the direction the story took. When I first heard that the premise of Visions of Mana was traveling across the world to sacrifice your girlfriend to a tree, I thought there'd be room for strife and tragedy. My mind set off on different paths, thinking about ways the story could make me suffer. Disappointingly, the narrative stayed shallow, and what were supposed to be emotional moments felt hollow. The critical factor in this was poor character development, which I'll delve into in a bit. There's also this big bad guy who shows up midway through the story, seemingly just for the sake of it. The story becomes about him, and the party is all too willing to accept that. His reason for being evil sounds like something I would have written in middle school. He's supposed to instill fear because of his otherworldly, overwhelming strength, but his motivations make him come across as a joke. If this is your first JRPG, maybe the story will do it for you. If you're a veteran of the genre, this is not one you're going to be playing for the story, which is odd because you can tell from the number of cutscenes that the story was supposed to be a big focus. The characters in Vision of Mana are bland across the board, but the worst of the bunch is the main character, Val. His personality is so non-existent that you could almost assume he's supposed to be a self-insert character. It's obvious the writers meant more for him though. Morley, one of the side characters, has the kind of personality, development, and attention you'd expect from the protagonist. He has a tragic backstory, is connected to other people, is more knowledgeable about the world, earns his stripes, and has a whole character development arc. The story rushes his development in a shallow feeling way, but at least it exists. Val isn't ready to be the main character and doesn't feel changed by the end of the game. Every party member overshadows him. Visions of Mana might be the first JRPG where I only played as the main character when the game forced me to. The art and soundtrack are incredible. Not everyone enjoys the oversaturated, highly stylized cartoonish art style, but I love it. It made every part of the world feel magical. Combine that with a stellar soundtrack that perfectly matches each area, and you've got an immersive fantasy world that made me stop frequently to take it all in. This atmosphere is the highlight of the game, and it carries it hard. The world was so beautiful, it made me want to explore just for the sake of it. It's a shame the map marks all treasure chests and points of interest on the map, because I think it takes away from the joy of exploring a bit. This game is so easy that I recommend playing on hard your first time through, even if you normally play on easier difficulties. That will also ensure you don't miss out on an achievement that could cause you to replay the entire game again. Yes, I'm salty about that. Combat looks more interesting than it really is. It's mostly a matter of button mashing. Sometimes you don't even need to do that. Morley's Nightblade class looks insane, but the flashy combo is nothing more than holding down a single button on the controller. The elemental powers make you OP, and they recharge quickly. You also have class strikes, spells, passive abilities, and ability seeds. It gives you the freedom to build your characters how you want, but with no real challenge in the game, there's no need to strategize. Just go with the element the enemy is weak to, and you've won. After beating the game, you'll unlock a new expert difficulty and New Game Plus. New Game Plus carries over practically everything, so using it to play the new difficulty mode doesn't make much sense. God mode runs are usually only satisfying in games that slap around your booty cheeks the first time around. As far as I know, New Game Plus doesn't add any new challenges or content, so I'm not sure what the appeal of it is. I enjoyed the class system, even though it is basic. I like the surprise of seeing which classes would unlock every time I picked up a new elemental vessel, mainly for the new outfit and aesthetic. Though it looks like the game has a skill tree at first glance, it doesn't. There are no trade-offs to make as everything is unlocked linearly, and you can change your class and refund points at any moment with a specific item. After beating the game, this system opens up even more, allowing you to handpick your passives, weapons, and vessels to mix them however you want. A massive oversight is that you're stuck in the default outfit for every character when choosing that option. Why doesn't the game give you the ability to choose what outfit you want too? Because of the the way the class system is handled, you won't have a proper healer in your party until fairly late in the game. You'll make it through fine without one, but it does feel weird playing an RPG without a healer for so long. I understand this game was crafted to have that old school JRPG feel, but does traveling around need to be tedious to accomplish that goal? I was playing Ni no Kuni 2 to gather footage for my These Games Healed Me video around the same time I was finishing up Visions of Mana. It made me realize just how time consuming traveling around is. I'm going to walk you through the process in both games so you can see this for yourself. So here I am in the middle of a field in Ni no Kuni 2. And let's say I want to go to a completely different continent. I hit the map button the first time, and it shows me my immediate area. Then I hit it one more time to show me the world map. I'm around this area. Let's go all the way over here to the junkyard. We'll see how long this takes me. Oh wow, I'm there. Alright, so here I am in Visions of Mana, and let's say I want to go to another continent. Well, I open up my map, and this is all I have access to, my immediate area. If I hit world map, it just shows me this, which is not useful, but anyway. So first I'm going to have to travel to a meridian. So let's do that. That wasn't too long. Now from the meridian, this unlocks fast travel to other areas, but it's only within the same continent. You can't go to other areas of the world. Well, that's no good. I want to go to another continent. So what do I gotta do? I'll tell you what I gotta do. I gotta call my mount. My flying mount. We're gonna have to sit through this calling animation. Now we're gonna have to sit through a loading screen. And now we're gonna have to sit through a cutscene of being picked up. Now, you can't skip this. It doesn't let you skip it right from the beginning, so you'll always see a portion of it. And now we can fly to another continent. So let's go. From here, we can choose wherever. Now we gotta go through another loading screen. And bam, it's just that easy. The side quests in Visions of Mana aren't that interesting. Most of them are your typical fetch quests and kill quests. These are fine in small doses, but there are too many in this game. I believe there's over 120 side quests, or thereabout. Even if you're trying to keep up with them before moving the main story along, the game bombards you with new quests after you complete each chapter, and not all of the chapters are the same length. I did every side quest I found while moving to new areas, thinking I had everything under control, but the game puts new side quests in old areas as you progress. I've already talked about how tedious traveling is, which makes side quests even more annoying. There's also an issue where quests don't pop up until you've left and revisited an area. You can think you've finally caught up, but leave the area, return immediately, and find even more. You could argue that they're worth the reward sometimes. Some of the best weapons and armor in the game are behind these quest lines, along with powerful ability seeds. However, the game is so easy that there's no natural incentive to chase them. It just pads out playtime. Visions of Mana is perfect for newcomers to JRPGs, especially those who enjoy cozy games. If you're interested in dipping your toes into a new genre, the game mechanics and combat are simple enough to pick up. You also won't have any other JRPG to compare it to and wouldn't realize what you're missing out on. If you're an experienced gamer, I don't think this game offers much. You'll have to overlook a lot of annoyances and be in the mood to play a game where you can shut your mind off. The game is beautiful, and I would recommend it just for the atmosphere alone. If you put more weight on any other aspect of JRPGs, maybe skip this one, or pick it up on sale. For those looking to get into the Mana series, I suggest going for the Trials of Mana remake over this one. That sums up my thoughts on Visions of Mana. I hope you don't think I was too harsh. Overall, I enjoyed my time with the game, and I don't regret getting it at all. However, it's far from a masterpiece. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more pookaroni and cheese. With that out of the way, I hope you're living today in a way you won't regret, and I'll see you in the next one. Pook out.